Hi guys, it's Kelly. So, I've finished one of my projects, and this is like I cleaned my desk. This is as clean as you're ever gonna see it. All right. So what I wanted to do is, um, I want to do a couple more projects before I start my next journal. And the sack journals right now are going kind of crazy on YouTube, and so that's what I want to talk about. I want to kind of get down and dirty and talk about the real deal. You know how I like to break it down. Okay? So after you've watched 10,000 videos on YouTube, you got to watch one more. Because this is the deal, okay? Especially for beginners. Uh, okay. Unless you have bags sitting around, like, I wouldn't start another whole new genre because it only gets everything all confused. I mean, totally do it if you got a thing for bags. It's really fun. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I was a beginner. I don't have any scraps. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting full sheets of paper to make these dang minis. And I mean, it's pointless. So I'm waiting anymore, now that I know, until, I've been doing this a while. I have all these scraps laying around. I can make these minis, not out of whole sheets, and I'm cutting everything. These girls we see that make these minis and make these have scads and scads of scraps. Where I don't. I mean, I do now, but I didn't. So pretty soon I'm in the stores and I'm buying these lunch bags, and I'm buying jumbo lunch bags, and I got the clear lunch bags, and I got the glassine bags and the treat bags and the present bags, and the deli bags and these bags, and oh my god. Okay. So now I get home and I have all these bags. Well, now, so that's the first thing you got to do is you got to go gather all the supplies. You can't just say, okay, I'm going to make a sack journal. Oh my god. Okay, so you get all the supplies and then you come home and now you have to treat everything. Well, not everything treats the same. Some is thick, some is thin. Sometimes they stick together. And so you have all kind of issues and, whatever. And so, okay. Now that I've gathered all my bags, look, I even have clear ones. Gathered all the bags. And then you have to treat them all. So then I've done all that. And then I can't possibly make a bag every single page. Although I tried. Because I'm not understanding why if a person makes a sack journal and they only make the cover a sack and then they call it a sack journal. But I see they do it with the carpet journals too. They put a piece of carpet on the front and then they call it a carpet bag. So I don't get it. But anyways, so my brain says to me, okay, I want to put as many sacks in here as I can get then if I'm going to call it a sack journal. So that's what I did. But, I'm a little anal. So, I got every sack in town. So I did that. I got all the sacks. And then, you have to fill it with other kinds of paper, too. It can't just be all sacks. And so I got, the little squares, graph paper, and I got the ledger paper. Let me see if you can see here. And then I put in a couple pieces of paper, and then I put in a bag. And then I put in, another bag. And then I put in a couple sheets of paper, and then another bag. See how I do it? Another couple sheets of paper, and then another bag. That's just how I did it. But then you have to treat the paper, too, So treat your bags, and then treat the paper. And I'm going to push this down one. I know it's annoying, but sorry. There we go. And so once you get all that done, this really is a labor of love. This isn't something that, happens. I thought it would be really fast and easy and cute. Yeah, right. It's not, It takes some time. It's not fast. And so, I realize now appreciation for making these really means a lot. So I really like, the group, JJJ chat group and Junkie and Junkies because, they get it. But anyway, so I've decided then, now that I have, 10 sack journals, because I have all these sacks and all this paper and all this stuff, I figured, well, shoot, I might as well just put a whole bunch together and make a bunch of head. And when I get the feeling you know, that I want to make some of these, then I will. And I have. I made a few. If you watch my channel, my flickers, you've seen them. And so what I've done is I decided, okay, well, this graph paper I'm going to gesso on. So, you know, then you have to, I gessoed these. And then this one, well, this sheet's the one I did my flip-ups on. So I know that I have to make 4 flip-ups for this. You know, so one day I sat and made flip-ups for that. And one day I gessoed these. And then, you know, you just kind of figure out, you know, how you're going to lay it all out. And then what I did is, I was getting frustrated with the signatures because I was ripping paper. I didn't have the right needles. I didn't have the right, you know, thread and da-da-da-da. So I just made it thin enough to where I can run this in my sewing machine. And I just ran it right through. And it worked out really good. But before you do that, make sure if you want to do any sewing on the edges here that you do your sewing first. I mean, this might fit under your sewing machine if you get it small enough, but it's a lot easier to do your sewing before you do all that. So that's how I did it. So I just sewed down the middle. And then, you know, you got this cute little sack journal, but I'm just telling you, you know, it's kind of major. Because then I had, you know, you buy a thing of lunch bags, you know, and there's 100, you know. So, I mean, I had stacks and stacks and stacks, you know, of stuff. And that's why I have so many of these. And then the bags I slit so they were all pockets, you know. And so it worked out pretty good. If you watch my 3 Little Kittens and Reading in Roses, and I think I did my Tsunami Rose Design Team one out of sacks too, see? And I still have 1 million left. So, you know, you really got to be dedicated to doing these bag journals if that's what you're going to do. That's all I'm telling you, okay? And so then that's it. I'll see you later.